All right. We are back around the table. It is Friday, July the 18th. Can't believe it already. Welcome back to
It's
another.
almost Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm just ready for Christmas. It's
Folks,
too hot.
It is mean hot.
It's too hot. I'll take fall first.
Yeah,
That would work.
absolutely. Welcome back around the table for another
Oh, that was a good one.
episode
babe.
here on Real Living. And we're glad that you're with us. We hope that you are doing well. It is hot, hot, hot. It is
Where we are.
July, summertime. Camp meetings going on everywhere. A lot of activity. We've been busy. We didn't get to the podcast last week. We apologize. Please pray for us. We had VBS last week, and we couldn't make it happen. So
But that was fun.
we were back at it. Yes, VBS was great,
This was fun.
and we hope to. Of course, we will do it again next year. We just hope that
Every year.
you will join us
Yeah.
in that effort. Anyway, wanted to talk about something that we prepared long and hard for, and it is about conversations. It's about
Seems appropriate.
how perhaps to introduce yourself to somebody that you've never met. Maybe it's a friend that you've known for a long time. So we'll talk about different types of relationships. Let's talk about the new one, the one you haven't met, or a longtime friend, and how to effectively communicate and not control the conversation.
Mm.
But
also not force somebody else to
yeah,
feel like they're
Yeah.
carrying the conversation
Right.
either.
you ever had one of those conversations where you feel like you're having to pull the information or the conversation out of them?
I've
or
had a few of those.
the words from, it's like are they going to talk or but you know what, some of those conversations you're just going to have. It's just part of life. And that person may be going through something that it's just consuming their thought patterns, and
Sure.
and
And then, you have personalities thrown in this mix. So
Yeah.
you have your introverts who, they just would rather sit there and look at a book or, read or whatever. And then you have your extreme extroverts. So you have both ends of the spectrum. And extroverts would just rather be talking. They'd rather be with people, and they'd
Yeah.
rather. And then you have your people that are somewhere in the middle where they are comfortable kind of either way.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I think we can all hone our communication and conversation skills a bit.
Right.
Because no matter our personality, our goal is to let Jesus shine through us.
that's right.
And one way that we do that is our interactions in whether it's, job, school, and then church family in our home. Conversation is a huge part of that. And but relationships are built on communication, conversation. So it is important for us to hone it and not just say, well, that's just the way I am. The way we are that's good. God made
Yeah.
our personalities, but that can also be a cop out for, well, you just deal with it because this is the way I am, and I'm not changing.
Yeah. So
And that's not healthy.
just back up a little bit. Think about our world, our culture, our society. What if there was no conversation between human beings? Think of the world we would have. I say that because everything our world rotates on is conversations.
Yeah.
Um,
Words.
The words that we say will build up or tear down, be it a marriage, be it parent-child, be it business. You enter into contracts in business, and those are conversations. I mean, so if you look at the word itself, right? It's con or conversation. Con is, the word is with. It's you. I mean, I guess you could talk with yourself, but
Sometimes I do.
and that's good. But it is obviously between at least two parties.
Sure.
A contract is con. It's the same deal. It's with. It's an agreement. Speaking of Bible language, you could you look at the word commandment. Commandment. It is the word again is co, which means with.
Right.
God understands that without Him we can do nothing,
Sure.
and we can't fulfill the law of God without God with us. So much so that it was Emmanuel, meaning God with us, who came, and then it was the Comforter who came to be with us and to empower us. So I think conversation and developing the skills to be able to talk with one another is probably more important than maybe some folks want to give it credit. Credit's not the right word, but value.
Sure.
And so it's important that we, and by no means am I an expert at communication. I don't think there are any human beings that are experts at communication.
No, nobody
It's one of
gets
the
it
top
right every
reasons
time.
why marriage relationships fail. Even above finances, is she doesn't understand me, he doesn't understand me.
Well, because the root of every other problem is why can't we talk about it in a healthy way, in a loving way, in a way that doesn't seem like an attack on the other person, in a way that makes them still feel valued.
Yeah.
And so that's communication.
Yeah.
Of either skills or errors.
And communication requires that everybody has, and not to get philosophical here, but everybody has a self, right? And we have a center. And so to communicate or to have conversation, you have to take risk.
Yeah.
You might not think it's risk, but there are people that really have a hard time with opening their mouth and speaking, communicating.
Sure.
And some of it's just fear, not confident in them as a person.
Yeah.
And so you have to communicate, to talk, you have to go out from yourself.
Yeah.
And then what you're doing is when you open your mouth, you're exposing in some ways. You're exposing who you are. You're exposing,
It requires us to become vulnerable.
right. Humility is involved. So many things involved with communication, but we have to communicate.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that we do it well.
For sure. So there's a lot in Proverbs about our words, using wisdom, all of that. And then I was thinking about the life of Jesus in this, and what a just master communicator that he is, but his life on earth, with his disciples. And so he taught these people for this really short amount of time when you think about it. In the grand scheme of a life, 3.5 years is not a long time. But the conversations that they had were so deep and so meaningful, and that he was able to give to them what they needed to establish the church. And so, and he was so good at just meeting people right where they were, and opening. Think about the woman at the well. He just opens this conversation with her in such a way that she didn't feel threatened. She didn't feel intimidated. She opens up to him and feels comfortable.
Right. That's good.
And so, and I think it's a question we should ask ourselves. If people don't feel comfortable opening up to us, why?
Yeah, that's good.
Why?
Yeah.
Because that's not going to be just a them issue. That's a me issue. And so sometimes we do need to, it requires honest self-evaluation. We've talked about that a few times around the table.
We have indeed.
But anyway, just, do I have that ability to make people feel comfortable? First of all, what is my response? Am I going to just have a cow, as they say, if I hear something I don't like, or whatever. So our response to people becoming vulnerable to us is a really important part of whether or not they're ever going to do it again.
Yeah. I think people too, that have reservation about opening up, being honest, is perhaps from past experiences that weren't very comfortable.
Yeah.
Perhaps somebody's talked or tried to have a conversation, and then the reaction that they got from the other party was not pleasant.
Yeah.
And so the thought, I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah.
And that goes all the way I was going to say all the way to the top as far as, you know, a pastor saint relationship. And as leaders, primarily thinking of a pastor, we are held to a very high standard, at least in our minds we are. I don't think biblically we are, I guess you could make the argument we are. But I think as Christians,
yes,
I don't think you have one standard for a pastor.
No.
That's different than the standard of a saint. We're all the children of God. We're all his people. And but people look to leaders
Sure.
to have some of these things down.
Qualities, yeah.
They need to have good communication skills. They're examples of the believer. We're supposed to be examples of the believer. So I'm hesitating here because I got things going on in my brain that's saying
trying to get them out
say
right.
this but don't say that. Communicate well.
This is good.
Just thinking of a young lady that had some unpleasant experiences with some leadership, and she went through it. She went through it well, and she's on the other side of it and doing very well with her attitude towards leadership.
So you can heal.
Yeah.
But it does fall on leadership to be an example, be a Christian, have the fruit of the Spirit.
Yeah.
Exercise self-control, be a good communicator.
Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart
be acceptable
in thy sight, O God.
Yeah.
So very, very important.
Yeah. And I think we should hold ourselves, anybody who's in leadership, whether that's family leadership, church leadership, business leadership, we should hold ourselves to the high standard of communicating well and apologizing when we don't, because we always, we're all going to fall short at some point in some way, because we're human and we get tired or we get frustrated or we get, miscommunicate, whatever. But be willing to repent, be willing to apologize, be willing to make it right, because it does matter when you are in a position of authority. The words that we use do matter, and they can affect people's the direction of their lives, even
Yeah.
because confidence in authority affects decisions that people make.
Sure.
Because I'm either going to seek counsel from authority because I see the value in it, or I'm going to say, well, no, I'm not going there because that was a mess last time,
Yeah.
So I would say it's not an excuse, because we can heal and we should heal from those situations, but also it falls on leadership to try to do it well.
Absolutely.
James 1:19 says, "So then, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger."
Yeah.
So we have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
What's that old saying?
So we should listen more than we speak. I will say the introvert side of this, maybe you should speak a little more.
There's that. And the extrovert side of that.
Maybe talk a little less sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe listen a little more.
Yeah, and it's good to have a variety of relationships. Don't talk to the same person every week.
For sure.
Every time you see them first. Be that well-rounded individual.
Yeah.
How do you sharpen a knife? You got to rub it against a coarse object. And iron sharpeneth iron. I remember when I was in college, I'd go to the PE center on campus, and I liked to play basketball, and I was decent at it.
He was pretty good.
And so I liked it was pickup games, right? So you wait till the next game, and then you get 4 or 5 guys, whoever the guys were. And anyway,
it was all spontaneous, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, and you never knew who you were going to play with. But I like to play with the guys who were equal or better, preferably better than me. because I played better. And so go talk to people that you don't know.
Yeah.
It will feel uncomfortable at first.
Mm-hmm.
But do it, and man, you can discover a whole new world.
It's true.
Just by talking to somebody else.
Yeah, get outside your circle.
Matter
of fact, don't even have a circle. Have a you.
Yeah,
that means there's always room for more people.
That's good.
And bring other people in.
Drop the bomb right there.
Hello.
Have a you. You
Don't
are included.
Yeah. Don't be a clique. I don't like cliques.
Yeah. Cliques are closed, right?
Yeah.
I like you. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really has what it does is make other people feel like, okay, those are the people that are valued and important, and I'm on the outside over here. So be somebody who makes everybody feel
that's good.
Valued and apart. And there's always room for more people. That's healthy. That's a healthy church.
Yeah.
That's a healthy
You see the pictures,
situation, period.
It reminds me of the picture I see of Jesus with his disciples at the Last Supper.
Mm-hmm.
It's a you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a you.
Mm-hmm.
Whosoever will, let him come.
Yeah. That's the attitude.
And conversation will tell whether you're welcome or not.
It's true. And it can feel, and I get it, it's more uncomfortable for some people than others to talk to a stranger or somebody you don't know well and draw them in.
But do it anyway.
Do it. And ask them about their week. Ask them about, if you have a common interest, talk about that. If it's whatever it is. It can be cars, it can be fishing, it can be whatever. But find something. Yeah. Find something that you have in common. If you don't have anything in common, you're at the same place at the same time. So you have that in common. So ask a question about that. The more you do it, the easier it gets to think of questions you can ask. And sometimes once you get a conversation flowing, then it's
kind of like what we're doing here. we prepped for 3 hours to do this show. More like 3 minutes.
We talk all the time. Come on.
More like 3 minutes. No, if we would prepare for these things, we might actually do halfway decent.
Don't tell people that. He talks too much. I'm just kidding. Anyway, do it. I'm always encouraging the young people, the young adult group, get outside your circle, talk to somebody else, because it's so important. First of all, it makes everybody feel valuable and a part because everybody is. Yeah. But it lets them know that. And second of all, it sharpens you and it stretches you. And that's what God has called us to do, to get outside of our comfort zone, because you never know who's waiting outside there, who needs a friend or.
Well, it's about it. All of this ultimately, from the perspective of who we are, as God's people, is about saving a lost world.
Yeah, all of it.
I have said it many times. I attempt in every conversation to bring it around to Jesus, obviously. And everybody's at different places. So we got to talk. But we're going to have to do a part 2.
We got to talk.
We got to do a part 2.
But not today.
But not today. Yep. So we're going to cut it right there. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you are blessed, and we know you are. Have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next week. God bless you.